Alara Vance woke up, the chilling sensation of the cold office floor seeping deep into her bones. She knew she had been reborn, returning exactly to the fateful day a new intern, Serafina Thorne, first set foot in her company. In her past life, Serafina was a nightmare. Under the guise of a naive, wide-eyed, blonde girl, Serafina systematically executed a series of cruel acts, masking them as harmless jokes. The climax was at a celebration party, where Serafina secretly injected Alara with the blood of an infected patient, driving Alara into a spiral of fear, condemnation, and ultimately, suicide. In this life, I will reclaim everything you owe me. With interest, Alara vowed silently, maintaining a composed smile. Serafina's Sweet Innocent Fool script was about to be rewritten. Chapter 1. The High Price of Bubble Tea. During the orientation meeting, Director Thompson assigned Serafina Thorne to Alara for mentorship. Just hours later, Alara initiated her first act of calculated retribution. Serafina, Alara instructed, "We'll be meeting with Mr. King of Hongda Company shortly to discuss the renewal of a $3 million contract. Mr. King is particular about his tea, specifically premium Longjing. Go to the administrative office and pick up the box of special grade tea we prepared." Serafina eagerly acknowledged the task and hurried off. Alara did not wait for her by the elevator as she had before. She calmly finished a few emails and then leisurely headed toward the office entrance. Sure enough, Serafina was waiting, holding the gift bag inscribed with "Special Grade Longjing," though her eyes held that familiar flicker of excitement and guilt. "Serafina, let me quickly check the tea," Alara smiled, reaching out her hand. "Mr. King is very picky. He once mentioned that even a slight difference in packaging can affect the perceived flavor. We should confirm the vintage and batch." Serafina froze, trying to argue that it would be inappropriate to open a sealed package. But Alara was relentless, emphasizing the severity of jeopardizing a $3 million contract. Under Alara's scrutiny and the growing curiosity of their colleagues, Serafina reluctantly handed over the gift bag. In front of everyone, Alara slowly broke the seal. Her fingers slid inside and felt something cold and soft. The dog never changes its nature. With dramatic flair, Alara pulled out of the "Special Grade Longjing" bag a cold cup of Mishua bubble tea, worth maybe $5. The office went silent before erupting into a stunned murmur. Serafina's face flushed bright red. Alara held up the bubble tea, her voice ringing clearly across the open-plan office. "Serafina, how did a $200 box of Longjing tea turn into a $5 cup of bubble tea? And you just confidently told me this was the gift provided by the administrative office? Did you embezzle the tea, or did you intentionally sabotage our company's most important contract?" Serafina immediately burst into tears, playing the victim. I didn't mean to, Alara. I just thought Mr. King might be tired of tea, and this would taste better. Plus it's cheap. I was trying to save the company some money." Alara scoffed. "Creativity? Presenting something the client despises as a surprise? Using the company's core interests as an excuse for your childish prank?" The result was predictable. Serafina was protected by Director Thompson, who revealed she was Chairman Chen's niece. She was not fired, but was thoroughly humiliated in front of the entire company. And a new debt of resentment was added to Alara's ledger. Chapter 2. The Dark Room and the Police Callan. The following weeks, Serafina was notably quieter, yet Alara could see the cold flash of malice in her eyes. Alara knew she was waiting for an opportunity. She continued to pretend she had heart trouble and left the empty medicine bottle conspicuously on her desk. The company team-building event arrived. Alara was fully prepared. Her phone's recorder was active. Her real medication was hidden in her clutch. And the empty medicine bottle was in her jacket pocket. During the dinner, Serafina repeated her script, accidentally spilling juice on Alara's vest, insisting she go change in a remote, dark restroom. While Alara was gone, Serafina sneakily swapped the candy into the empty medicine bottle. Perfectly recreating the past, Serafina then lured Alara to a small, isolated, and dark storage room, the exact trap location from before. Under the pretense of finding missing documents, Alara stepped into the dimly lit hallway, and the lights instantly cut out. The storage room door was slammed shut and locked from the outside. "Serafina, is that you? Open the door." Alara feigned panic, her voice trembling. "I have claustrophobia. I can't breathe." She held her breath, swallowed the real heart medication from her clutch, and made sure to drop the candy/empty bottle, crying out desperately for her medicine. A few minutes later, the door creaked open. Serafina cautiously stepped inside, her phone flashlight scanning Alara's seemingly unconscious body on the floor, sweeping across the scattered, brightly colored candy. "Alara, are you okay?" Serafina's voice was laced with triumphant certainty. The moment Serafina bent down, Alara's eyes snapped open. They were clear and sharp. "I'm fine. The one who got played is you, Serafina." Alara gripped Serafina's wrist tightly, flipping the main light switch. The room flooded with light, exposing Serafina's pale, horrified face. Alara held up her phone. "From the moment you locked the door, to my desperate cries for help, to you sneaking in to check, all the dialogue and commotion have been clearly recorded. Unlawfully swapping life-saving medication, illegal confinement, attempted assault. Do you think this is enough to land you in a police interrogation room?" Serafina panicked, begging and screaming Chairman Chen's name in threat. But it was too late. Alara dialed 911 and put the call on speaker, clearly detailing the attempted crime, the suspect, and the physical evidence. Serafina was taken to the police station. Despite the intervention of Chairman Chen's lawyers, the evidence, the recording, the swapped candy, the witness accounts, was irrefutable. Serafina was released without criminal charges but received a severe reprimand, a police record, and a binding commitment order. Chapter 3, The Undeniable Verdict. The scandal left Serafina skulking like a mouse. She was transferred out of Alara's division. But Alara knew the Viper would strike one last time. Months later, Alara successfully secured the major project that had cost her her life in the previous timeline. At the celebration party, she was hypervigilant. She caught Serafina slipping away to the emergency exit, making a hushed phone call. Serafina's voice, though low, was thick with malice. "Yes, the one in the cream dress, Alara Vance. Find a chance to give her a shot anywhere. Don't worry, the stuff in the syringe won't kill her, just make her sick and humiliated. I'll wire you the second half of the payment right after you finish." Alara silently recorded the conversation. She then pretended to be drunk, stumbling to the balcony for fresh air. The hired thug, disguised as a waiter, followed immediately. He lunged. Alara did not dodge. Instead, she adjusted her angle just slightly, allowing the needle to penetrate her arm quickly and cleanly. A faint sting was followed by the cold sensation of the substance being injected. The thug swiftly withdrew the syringe and rushed back inside. The second he turned his back, all signs of drunkenness vanished from Alara's face. She pressed a prepared antiseptic wipe to the tiny injection site and dialed 911. Her voice was calm and steady, giving the specific location and a detailed description of the male attacker and the crime. The police response was immediate. The thug, still on the premises, was arrested with the used syringe. Under interrogation, he quickly confessed that he was hired by Serafina Thorne. Serafina was arrested at home that same night. Alara was rushed to the city infectious disease hospital for post-exposure prophylaxis. The side effects were brutal: nausea, fatigue, but she was safe. The evidence chain was perfectly sealed: Alara's recording of Serafina soliciting the crime, the hotel CCTV capturing the assault, the assailant's confession, and the recovered syringe. Alara filed criminal charges: attempted grievous bodily harm, attempted transmission of dangerous infectious disease by a heinous means, and solicitation of crime. Serafina Thorne was convicted and sentenced to prison. The moment the judge's gavel fell, the face that had always worn an innocent smile crumbled into utter despair. The final confrontation. Alara resigned from the company. She left, feeling no nostalgia, only the profound relief of having lifted the burden of 2 lifetimes. Months later, a call came from the prison. Serafina requested one last meeting. Separated by thick glass, Serafina was gaunt and clad in an inmate uniform, her eyes burning with resentment. "Alara Vance, I hated you from the moment I saw you. You were so excellent, so perfect. You looked at me like I was trash. I wanted to tear down your composure. I saw this as a great, real-life system game. And you were the main character I chose." Serafina confessed that she took pleasure in Alara's pain, viewing her destruction as entertaining and addictive. Alara looked back calmly. "Serafina, reality is not your game. No one is an NPC in your script. Get well here. Use the rest of your life to reflect." Alara hung up the receiver and walked away. Stepping out of the correctional facility, the sunlight was blindingly bright, yet warm. She inhaled the fresh air, purging the suffocating malice from her body. I end this life. She personally led the devil down to the hell where she belonged. Alara Vance's new life has begun.